and now she's burnt out. And I think when you overperform, and I think that's where like the real discussion lies, is how much do you give to a company? Because we know companies don't care about us.
Oh no.
Do you overperform, right, knowing what you're going to make to the point of where she's at?
Right.
Burnout.
Well, she sounds like, let's say she takes a break, right? This is like Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. LeBron James got all the longevity, but he's not known as the greatest. Would you rather be broke and happy, or would you rather be figuring it out while you have some cash? What up, Tech fam? I'm JohnnieTech. I'm here with my guy,
WillDoesTech.
And this is JustMyTechCents. We talk tech, finance, lifestyle.
Of the rich and famous.
There it is.
Round of applause.
So,
discipline. Getting it in.
That's what it's all about, man. Discipline.
That's what's
Keep
up.
pushing.
That's what's up.
So, we'll jump into it, man. We're talking about...
Jump into it. What we talking about?
Tech culture.
Tech culture. What about it?
Just, it's causing burnout from my understanding. People don't want, like... People get into the field and like, you know what, I think I'm going to jump out. I think I'm going to become a teacher, right? I think I'm going to do something else because, it's just too much work, man. Too much stuff going on. Too much continuous learning. I'm tired.
Okay. All right. Definitely a lot of learning. So what we want to do is we found an interesting Reddit post and the title is, "Am I burnt out or just don't like working in tech anymore?" And this post is by Dreaming Wide Awake. So shout outs to Dreaming Wide Awake for her post. And we will read the post and we'll react to it. So post goes, "Sorry to add the rants with no tangible solutions pile, LOL. But I need somewhere to vent and figure out options because I really don't have many people in real life I can talk to about this. For context, I'm a 31 female and single, have been working in tech since post-undergrad, so nearly 10 years. I work at a large company in NYC, not FANG, but FANG competitive salary, almost $200K base and equity. By the end of this year, I'll have saved almost $500K. What we talking about, right?
Time. Nah.
What we talking about? Burnt out who?
Right.
What?
Got paid too much.
Man. Yeah, but you know what? When they 200K, that company's going to want their pound of flesh. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people understand that when you're looking at money and being paid a lot of money, typically you will be asked to do things that are above and beyond what would be asked if you were making 80K, 90K, 100K. So you have to think about that in this whole thing about burnout.
They save $500K?
They're at $500K at this
savings.
point.
So that means they're making...
Well, she said $200K base plus equity.
So...
Yeah, so she's doing well. So, I mean, good on her. So I'll continue on. So she says, "I dread logging in, commuting to work." Now, we talked about commuting to work.
Right.
When we talked about, remote versus on-site.
Getting to pay on-site?
Yeah, that on-site ain't fun. But anyways, so I dread logging in, commuting to work most days, though. Sounds like a decent amount of us do here. I didn't get a promotion, likely because I'm not overperforming anymore. So she didn't get a promotion because she's not overperforming anymore. So she got burnt out to the point where she's like, I don't even want to do this no more. And they said, "No, we're not going to promote you."
Right.
So, okay. And
but she ain't getting cut yet.
Yeah. Good point. And then she says, and don't play into politics, getting in front of anyone, plus being super visible anymore. Most of the people I work with I like, which helps, but I really am not sure I can see myself doing this for 5+ more years. I'm senior product designer, not engineering. So when she talks about not being super visible, that is a key way to not get promoted.
Right.
If you go into the shadows and you're just doing work, please believe that you will not get promoted because they're not seeing you and they're not seeing the fruit of your work, and they should. So I think it's a disservice to her if she's doing the work, that she should stand for what it is that she's doing. But I do understand that she is not regretting. but she begrudgingly has to get up and go in and do work. So
is this to me? Was that the end of the article?
No,
Okay.
it's still more.
I don't want to dive.
But I'm just going paragraph by
right.
paragraph. If you have a thought,
because right now, like we're talking about. We mentioned it as far as like it might be some burnout. Sounds disgruntled a little bit right now, so I want to hear more. But right now, she sounds a little bit disgruntled.
I don't think she's disgruntled. It sounds like she's tired. I mean, to me.
Well, when you don't get a raise, man, everything starts to bother you.
Yeah, you're right. But at least she's self-aware. She understands why she didn't get a raise, right? So if you didn't understand why you didn't get a raise, that'd be one thing. But she understands she's not performing the way that she was. So it makes sense. 1 + 1 equals 2.
I see that point.
So I don't think she's disgruntled. I think she's tired. And because of that, she's not overperforming like she used to.
Right.
All right. So then she goes on to say, it feels silly and selfish of me to not be more grateful for the path I've made for myself. But maybe I'm realizing it's not the path I want anymore. I'd hate to lose the high salary, so I fear quitting the industry in general. I don't even know what else I would do other than take a lower paying local job at a plant store or something. Honestly, would love that. Ha ha. Again, we've talked before about quality of life, flexibility when it comes to tech, remote, on site, and I understand where she's coming from, so I can't knock her for that. But that $200K plus equity, I don't know if I'm giving that up. Next, she goes to say, I've thought about switching companies too, or taking a 6+ month sabbatical because I'm single, have no dependents, to explore creative passions, volunteer, maybe even more states.
Okay.
The world economy feels so up in the air, though, so I worry this would also be shooting myself in the foot. I agree.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
But I kind of like, so I'm gonna take it back. Like midway, she was sounding a little disgruntled, but now she's talking about other life things. But I think still you don't get a raise, you start thinking about everything. I did all this work and they don't get a raise, and she started thinking about like, well, she don't have a family, and she realized like, okay, because work is, to me, I don't think work is everything. That's why you do have to have that work life balance. And like you mentioned earlier, if you are putting everything into your job to be an overperformer and kind of push, work your way up that corporate ladder, there are some things that personally you may miss out on. Now she's probably seeing that,
Yeah. And she's done a good job of setting herself up because, I mean, you look at, they say you should save anywhere from 3 to 6 months of your, well, not salary, but have a savings that in the case of an emergency, you're good. And to have $500K in savings, she's doing amazing. Really good. But she is 31.
Yep.
So it's not like she's in her 20s, right? So this is prime for her to start to excel in her tech career.
Right.
So I do think that she would be shooting herself in the foot. 6 months is not. I think the harder part is getting a job, making that salary in today's market.
I guess it would all depend on her skill set. To me, like I'm thinking like, okay, I think 6 months is a long time, but people are like, when people lose their jobs, sometimes they're out of jobs for 6 months. Now, I feel like with the salary that she's making, she has equity. I feel like to get that type of role, I do feel like you have to have a good skill set. So I believe she may be, highly valuable in the market. So she might be able to take that time off and instantly get right back into that field. I don't think there are jobs out there.
She's a senior product designer.
Right.
So again, she's not a junior. She's senior. So I think she would probably, if she left and came back, she'd probably apply for senior level positions. Right. So it's not that they're not hiring senior product designers. It's the juniors at this point that you have to, concern yourself with. So I think she's done a good job. And I think at the end of the day, if her concern is that she won't make the same amount of money, she won't get a job, I think that's valid, right? Quiet quitting in today's market, I don't advise. At the same time, if you can't, stress will take you out. Yeah. That mental stress physically will take you out and put you in the hospital.
I kind of agree, but I think like honestly, I think she's speaking from a point of like luxury, right? And because she has a certain amount of money saved up. Yeah. She can take 6 months off and it may not change. Yeah. She might, like you say, that break may help her. But
Yeah.
I think a lot, it's like my boy Cole said. I don't remember the exact song, but it's like, he's like, I think it was better when I was poor. You have less problems and things like that. So she's not necessarily saying that, but she's like, I wish I want to go work at a plant store. I think when you reach a certain level, you start to look at life differently. You're like, oh, you kind of downplay what you were doing on your way up, right?
Okay.
So I think she's just in a position now where it's like, okay, most people don't have the luxury to take 6 months off work.
Yeah.
Most people don't have the luxury to take a week off work.
Right.
Right. So,
right.
I think that's a big thing. But I think the best part about what she's done is set herself up so she can take that time and reflect.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like you're still coming from a point of luxury in the sense of like most people can't do this. It's not on her, but it's like I think you just had time to think. And I think once you get to a certain level, it opens your mind up to start thinking about other things rather than just the hustle and bustle of making money.
Yeah. And when money is not a thing, right, then money is not a thing.
Right.
If you're poor and you don't have money, then money is the thing.
Yeah.
But if you have money, then it's like, it's money.
Right.
So it's not a thing. So that was pretty much the end of the article. She says, anyways, thanks for listening. A lot of other posts on here make me feel less alone. Sorry if this sounds privileged, tone deaf. May we all find happiness, meaning, and peace in our lives. It is a privilege that she's able to do that. But I think she's worked for that privilege just based on what it sounds like her journey was, that she was overperforming. And now she's burnt out. And I think when you overperform, and I think that's where like the real discussion lies, is how much do you give to a company? Because we know companies don't care about us.
Oh, no.
Do you overperform, right, knowing what you're going to make to the point of where she's at?
Right.
Burnout, right? She is burnt out because she's done over and above maybe what was asked. And now she's like, it ain't worth it.
Honestly, I think you do, because
you do what?
You gotta overperform. You gotta put that work in to the point of exertion, burnout, and whatever it is you're doing. And the reason you got to do that is because of now. She even said like, sorry if this is tone deaf, because now you're in a position where you're up here. This is just like, I think we talked about it a couple of times. Like, whatever it is you do. Like a lot of athletes, like they talk about how they get burnout, but you got the scholarship, you're in the NBA, you're whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But you're a millionaire now, so you have some burnout.
But that doesn't mean they're happy. I'm sorry to cut you off, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, but it's like, okay, like you said, I like it. It doesn't mean you're happy. Mm-hmm. But would you rather be broke and happy, or would you rather be figuring it out while you have some cash?
I don't know. To be sure, I mean, there are reasons that I haven't taken certain jobs, even though the money was stupid, because of the stress, the lack of potential unhappiness versus where I'm at now, where it's like I'm stress free.
Right.
It's less money, but at the end of the day, I'm still able to provide, and I'm good. I would much rather be here than to be some CISO or some CTO somewhere where I'm stressed on the weekends.
Right.
So again, it's just one of those things, and I don't think it's tone deaf either. Again, I think it's real life, and I think she has done a lot to put herself in this position. But I think at the same time, you have to. It's a marathon.
I don't think you get there without putting the work.
No,
I don't think she can say like, oh, let me take 6 months off.
I don't think she needs to say. That. I don't think she needs to say, let me take 6 months off if she hadn't overperformed.
But would she be at that level though?
That doesn't. What I'm saying is, if she just went in, did her job,
You're saying pace herself,
right? A marathon versus a sprint, right? She has been sprinting and she can't hold up. She can't go 26.2, right? So she's done 13.1, and she's like, I can't do no more.
I don't know. Man.
I got to roll.
I think if you have the opportunity to do that,
this is the tortoise and the hare. I mean, she was definitely the hare, and she may lose.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, man. It all depends on how high your peak is. Let's just do it, man. I know you're tired of hearing my basketball references, right?
Yeah, no, you good. Go ahead.
What you got?
What you got?
Well, she sounds like, let's say she takes a break, right? This is like Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. LeBron James got all the longevity, but he's not known as the greatest. He's not elite. He's elite, but he's not Michael Jordan. He's not going to be looked at in that light. And Michael Jordan, he took a break in '98.
He did take a break.
That could be a burnout, whatever you want to call it, but he's still the greatest. If he didn't put that work in to get the 6 in a row and all those things, LeBron James, with his longevity, might have passed him. But even as LeBron James is doing all the things he's doing, he still hasn't surpassed Mike.
And what?
And greatness.
On the court. But what about life? Because LeBron can put it into other things that Jordan just couldn't. Right? I mean, LeBron has done more for the community than Jordan has.
Hey, Jordan was worried about playing ball, man.
Right. But
that's why
but LeBron has paced himself, right, to be able to do more for more people.
I guess it depends on your outcome. So, like, if the outcome is for you to be great, you to decide what you want to do. So now, like Mike, he can sit back and like, I'm gonna buy a franchise, or I'm gonna get a NASCAR team. He afforded those abilities, and he don't have to come back to basketball. He doesn't even have to talk about basketball because all the work he put in for that. So I'm just saying, like, I admire the work that she put in. I know she's feeling burnt out, but if I was like someone who could speak to her, like, you did great. If you want to take that time off, go ahead.
Yeah,
because you built to where you can do that.
Jordan came back and he was trash. Right?
Oh no. That's a whole nother
not the Bulls, right? But when he came back,
he was averaging.
Let's not forget about the Wizards.
He was averaging 20 a game. Man.
He was still trash compared to what he was.
To what he was, like her.
Yep. So yeah, she could come back.
But he's still great. She could come back. She just said she was underperforming. So she's like, he can come. Like
no. She didn't say she was underperforming. She said she wasn't overperforming.
Okay, so she wasn't overperforming. And
so she might be just performing.
That's the same thing as Mike. But he is looked at as he underperformed because...
Mike he couldn't take nobody to the... Did he get the Wizards to the championship?
He's 40 years old. I mean, he performed. Listen.
He was not 40.
We're not going to get... He retired at 40. We listen, but the point of this whole debate is it all depends on... Like, just reading that, I actually admire what she's done in that especially that short span, because she could take a year off if she wants, but the skill set is not necessarily going to go. Even though tech is volatile, it's always changing.
Yeah.
But I feel like just to get to that level, she had to put in a certain amount of work. Yeah. She had to have a certain level of skill and knowledge that allow her to get those roles.
And dog, right? And dog in her, right?
Exactly.
I mean, to get that, right? There aren't many females in the tech industry.
It's another aspect, right?
Yeah. So kudos to her for.
She might need to start, teaching. Maybe she needs to give back, teach people what she knows, and maybe that'll bring some joy. You don't have to completely get out of the field, but maybe it's just the grind. You do get tired of the grind. Sometimes you got to get a cheat meal, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So maybe it is the pivot, and within that 6-month sabbatical, she can figure out, maybe it's not this lane now. It's this lane over here. Right. So, but what are your thoughts on the article that we just read?
What was the name again? Just to shout her out one more time.
The poster name was Dreaming Wide Awake on Reddit.
Shout out to Dreaming Wide Awake.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, good job on getting to where you're at in your career. Hopefully, the sabbatical that you take actually is fruitful for you and that you haven't shot yourself in the foot. So, I'm not being... hey.
I'm sorry, man.
Hey, blessings.
There we go.
Is it so? What are your thoughts on her post? I mean, is she valid in how she's feeling? I mean, to her she is. So obviously she is. But what are your thoughts on that? So this is just our Tech Sense. I'm WillDoesTech,
JohnnieTech,
and we'll talk to y'all later.
Out.